Hello and welcome to our lesson today. I hope you all well. Today we are going to discuss the present perfect simple. Present perfect simple. I hope you will enjoy this video. And please, after watching this video, write down all in your grammar notebooks. So let's start our lesson. Let's start by this question. When do we use the present perfect simple? When do we use the present perfect simple? Or why do we use it? When or why do we use the present perfect simple? Number one, to talk about something started in the past. Something started in the past, but hasn't finished. So something started in the past but hasn't finished. For example, look at this happy man. He says, I have worked at this company for 6 years. I have worked at this company for 6 years. So this man says that he has worked in the company for 6 years. So this is an action started in the past. But did it finish? No, it hasn't finished. So when we want to talk about an action or a situation that started in the past but hasn't finished, we use the present perfect simple. And this is an example for this function. So let's go to the second function. Number two, to talk about something has just finished. Something has just finished. Look at this woman. She's carrying a delicious cookies. They look delicious. So my mother has baked the cookies. My mother has baked the cookies. So this action has just finished. So the cookies, maybe they are still warm. So that it means that action has just finished. So my mother has just baked the cookies. She has just finished baking these cookies. And how to describe this situation? We used the present perfect simple. So the cookies still warm and they smell good, maybe. Let's move to the third function. Number three, or the third function, to talk about something happened in the past, but we don't say exactly when. So an action happened in the past, sometime in the past, but we don't say exactly when, or we don't know when did it happen in the past, or the exact time in the past. Look at this example and look at these happy kids. They said, we have been to the new museum. We have been to the new museum. So when have they been to the museum? We don't know because this action happened in the past. And we don't say exactly when it has happened or it happened. So that's why we use the present perfect simple. So this is the third function. I'm going to read the example one more time. We have been to the new museum. Look at this note. We use been when someone went somewhere and has returned. So the verb been, we use it to tell or to say that someone went to a place and has returned, and or he or she, whatever, has returned. But we use the verb gone when someone went somewhere and hasn't returned yet. So the difference between been and gone is that we use been to say that a person went to a place and has returned. But the verb gone, we use it to say that that person went to that place and hasn't returned. So this is the difference between been and gone. So the fourth function. Look at this poor boy. He has injured his leg. Maybe his leg is broken. We don't know. So let's read the function. To talk about something happened in the past but has a result in the present. Something happened in the past but has a result in the present. So when I want to say that something happened sometime in the past, maybe yesterday, maybe last week, or last year, 2 months ago, an action happened, and this action has a result that is related to the present or affects the present. Look at the example. Tom has hurt his leg. Tom has hurt his leg. He can't play football. So Tom broke his leg or has hurt his leg, and the result that affects our present time that he can't play football. So this action that Tom has hurt his leg happened in the past, but this action affected the present time. The result is that Tom can't play football. So let's go back to the functions one more time, and let's start with the first one. To talk about something that started in the past but hasn't finished. Something happened in the past or started in the past but hasn't finished. Like the man in the picture says that I have worked at this company for 6 years. Did he finish working at this company? No, because the action happened in the past, and we don't know, or it hasn't finished. That's why we use the present perfect to talk about something that started in the past but hasn't finished. The second function, to talk about something has just finished, like the mommy in the picture, she has just baked the cookies. An action has just finished. Okay, like the example, my mother has just baked the cookies. The third function is to talk about something happened in the past, but we don't say exactly when. An action happened in some time in the past, but we don't mention or we don't say exactly when did the action occur or when did it happen. Like the example, we have been to the new museum. The kids in the picture say that we have been to the new museum. Did they mention or did they say when did they go, or when have they been to the museum? No, So this is the third function of the present perfect simple. And of course, remember the difference between been and gone. Been, it means that someone went to a place and has returned. Has returned. Been, someone went to a place or somewhere and has returned. On the other hand, gone means, or it expresses that a person went to a place and hasn't returned yet. So gone gives me the meaning, or it expresses that someone went somewhere and hasn't returned yet. This is the difference between been and gone. And the fourth function is to talk about something happened in the past but has a result in the present, like the boy in the picture. His name is Tom. Tom hurt his leg or has hurt his leg, and the result for hurting his leg in our present time that he can't play football. This is the result. So when I want to talk about an action happened in the past, but the result affect my present time. As the example said, Tom has hurt his leg. He can't play football. He can't play football is the result of hurting his leg. And now, let's move to the keywords. Our keywords. The keywords or the time expressions that are used in this tense or shows, or we can get help from them to know that the sentence is present perfect simple are recently, lately, already, ever, for, just, since, still, and yet. So the keywords or time expressions are recently, lately, already, ever, for, just, since, still, and yet. And remember, yet is only used in the negative sentence and questions. The keyword yet only used in the negative sentences and questions. I can't use the keyword yet in an affirmative sentence. It should be a negative sentence or a question. Remember it. Now let's look to the structure. Let's start with the singular subject. When the singular subject, he, she, or it, we use the helping verb has and the past participle or verb 3 and plus the object. So the structure of the sentence in the present perfect is when we have a singular subject, for example, he, she, or it, maybe Julie, maybe Muhammad, maybe Ali, a singular subject, we use the helping verb has and plus the past participle or verb 3 and the object. What about the plural subject? The plural subject, it's not different, but we use another helping verb. The plural subject, they, we, you, and I. They, we, you, and I. We use the helping verb have plus the past participle or verb 3 plus the object. Okay? So when we have a plural subject, they, we, you, and I, we use the helping verb have plus verb 3 plus the object. But in the singular subject, we use has plus verb 3. In the plural, we use have. So, let's complete the sentences with the present perfect form of the verbs between brackets in the following exercise. Now, I'm going to show you an exercise, and I'm going to do all of these sentences in order to be able to do another exercise. Let's start with the example. I have washed my father's car. I have washed my father's car. The subject is I, and the I gets help from the helping verb have. I should use have when I have a plural subject, and the verb 3 of verb wash. The verb 3 or the past participle form of the verb wash is washed because it is a regular verb. Let's start with the first sentence. Karen, me an email, and I have the verb send. Karen is a singular subject, so I'm going to use has, and the verb 3 of send is sent. So Karen has sent me an email. Number 2, Dave and Pat, the museum, and we have the verb visit. So Dave and Pat have visited the museum. Have visited. Because Dave and Pat are plural subject. Number 3, I have. I have. The verb 3 of be, or the past participle form of be, is I have been at the pet shop. I have been at the pet shop. Number 4, they have already packed their rucksacks. They have already packed their rucksacks. Number 5, Marcus, an accident. And we have the verb have. So Marcus is a singular subject. We use the helping verb has, and the past participle form is had. So Marcus has had an accident. Marcus has had an accident. Number 6, I just my bike. I'm sorry, number 6, I missed it. Excuse me, let's go to number 6. We, the shopping for our grandmother. And we have the verb do. So we is a plural. It's have. So we use have. We have done the shopping for our grandmother. We have done the shopping for our grandmother. Number 7, I just my bike. So I have just cleaned. I have just cleaned my bike. Number 8, Emily. Emily is singular, so I'm going to use has. Emily has painted her room. Painted her room. Number 9, Lisa and Colin. We have a plural subject. Lisa and Colin. And we have the main verb go. So the verb 3 or the past participle form of the verb go is gone. So Lisa and Colin have gone to a concert. Lisa and Colin have gone to a concert. The last sentence, my friends smoking to give up. So my friends is a plural subject. So I'm going to use have. So my friends have. What about the verb give? Given. So my friends have given up smoking. My friends have given up smoking. I hope you enjoyed this watching this video. Please write down all of these information in your grammar notebooks, and I'm going to send you a worksheet. Please do it and send it back to me. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope the best for you.